Hi, everybody. I'm checking to see if this is actually working and going live. It looks like it is. So I would love to hear what's been going on for you peeps right now. Hello, Sandy. Hi, Christy. Oh, I miss you. Hello, Kim. Lovely to see you as well. So it looks like I'm going live. Yay. I'm going to share this into my dragon group. Sharing. Share this if you want on your page. I'm going to do a couple of card pull readings and yeah, just play in the energy a little before I log off and I'm free for the evening. Hi, Leslie. Hello. The sun is shining here and I'm going to be going out in a bit. But first, so I was on Clubhouse this morning and we had an amazing time. Again, a beautiful share. If you have an iPhone and you want to join, come on Thursday morning because we really have such a beautiful space of divine feminine essence kind of between us sharing. It's gorgeous. It's like, meeting up in groups properly, having a chat. I'm going to just see. Hello, day 30 of a heavy metal detox. Okay, I'm with you there. I'm on actually one as well. I'm probably doing it only every second day now because I did it kind of really intensively around 2 months ago. So how are you getting on with that, Sandy? Let me know. And what are you using? I'm on PBX and chlorophyll and chlorella. Definitely doing some nice cleansing there. You're doing well, Christy. Work is a little strange. Everything is a little strange. Why is everything strange? Because the energy is being pulled up to the surface and all the weirdnesses that people have avoided are coming up, whether we are aware of them or not. There might be other reasons though for you, but yeah, that's what I'm noticing. I'm going to pull a card. Who wants a card? I'm going to pull around 3. So lucky 3 will get the card pull, and it'll be a collective message then for the space. And as I am shuffling the cards, I have a couple of decks. I'm going to pull the dragon ones first. And then I think I shall pull these lovely card decks, the light language writing. And the third pull I will leave up to Source. So, June, let you in on a secret. June, I have the level 1 or beginners or improve the light language that you have course. And the early bird's still okay until the 17th. So if you want to get in on that, click on the link I've provided in the comments here and register now just to get the early bird. I will be taking off the early bird price on the 17th. And it already looks like we have a nice group of ladies joining us. It is sacred space. We are a crowd of divine women getting together to create a divine sacred space. Every group is different, the energy that we combine and co-create. So I never fully know what energies we're working with until it comes in, because we don't just activate light language, we work through the divine union energy that we're bringing in as well, along with your own blocks around being seen, being heard, entering into your power, opening up to your gifts, all of that kind of stuff, essentially. So it's an exciting space to be in and share in and play in. Christy, I think you were on one of my courses there as well. So hello, Elena. How are ya? I miss you too. You're another lady on one of my courses. I love it. I'm already started level 2 and I was shaking last night with the energy. Do you know when you're like that? When the energy is so like powerful coming in. So yeah, it took me a while to just come back down. Who is this card for? Who said yes first? It is Elena. This card came out this morning in Clubhouse, but it came out in the Divine Feminine deck. It's the same card. It's the same card because, as I drop all the stuff around me, it's the same card because it's Kuan Yin, and Kuan Yin is what I pulled earlier. Her energy is coming in massive, the Christic consciousness of compassion. Compassion keeps coming in over and over again. So let me know if ye are playing with that too, into your life and what it looks like. So this is the dragon of compassion, really the energy of Kuan Yin, bringing firm love that resets karmic balance. See all the cords, Elena and everybody else, dissolved by transcendent love. Enjoy your freedom and look for the divine around you. So that is Kuan Yin, and her message this morning was really about compassion, and about compassion around judgment of self. Hands up anybody who's been working through their own stuff on that. I know I have. Those little voices that we can have, why aren't I further along, or thinking this about that person, getting a trigger here, being hard on ourselves, or wishing we were something else and we're having comparisonitis disease. Okay, so noticing where that might be, but that's only a taster really, because Kuan Yin works through all of that, and she's like the weaver in and out, weaving the heart space and all the pains that we have in there, weaving that into fullness, wholeness, and releasing the grief, whatever we have there, betrayal. And I am seeing her saying specifically around the weave between the throat and the heart and the womb, the point of expression to the point of creation, the point of creation linking with the point of expression, and that the power resides within us massively in those center points. And really the solar plexus showing me like a button right now. That's the activator thing, that's your divine will center that you push. But the clearing that wants and needs to happen to fully be. Can I be me? I can't be me. Where am I not being me? Where am I feeling safe or have permission to be me right now? Am I showing up as me? What is me? Who be I? Right? She's here to invite the veils to be lifted around that, and where we maybe make ourselves small, or maybe where we lean a bit too much on one side of ourselves when really there's a whole other aspect of us waiting to come in. So there's this little imbalance, like we lean on one attribute of ours more than maybe encompassing all of them, and not even realizing that we have that within us to draw from. Not realizing that there's not just one tub of sweets in this sweet shop, there are 150,000 to choose from, and it's all of us, it's all of you, it's all of me. Now, the message with Kuan Yin earlier as well, and I'm going to pull up, the card because it's here from earlier. That's the card I pulled earlier, and I want to show it to you as well because the energy that came in was just gorgeous. So you have the pink dragon, Elena, and all of us have this really, and Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. I recognize suffering in order to release it, and curiosity breeds compassion. I recognize suffering. Now, this is not just our own stuff. So I talked a little bit about the self there, but the compassion for humanity right now as well. It's a big one. It's a big one. And sometimes we can over-identify, which might be more in the sympathy or the empathy rather than staying in the energy of compassion. There's no right and wrong around this, but it will be where we'd have vibrational matching with that suffering. In other words, if we see, a kid being bullied, we'll have a pang in the heart because we were that too. And we recognize that, we see the injustice, we feel the pain of it. So where there's vibrational matching with suffering right now, and a lot of people are switched off, a lot of people are disassociated, a lot of people are leaving en masse as well. So a lot of grief out there, a lot of fear out there, a lot of uncertainty out there, not safe. And where that is, we can have compassion for it, but also knowing where the dredges or the magnetizing energy of those, I'm kind of seeing them as, spindles or suckers, like on an octopus, like coming out, where that wants to kind of bring us into it, to feel it with it, because it wants to be seen, it wants to be recognized, it wants to be understood. However, as teachers, way showers, light workers, Our purpose is not to enter into it to suffer with, but recognize as we hold the peace and compassion within us and feel if this feels true or not. As we stand in the beingness of that compassion, we recognize, we see it, we say, I see you, I hear you, I feel you. I don't need to be in it with you. I will be in my being of compassion and love, of forgiveness, without getting drawn in, where there's an energy leak and a drain and a codependency, or essentially that's where the shadow stuff plays out. So I'm just going to see what else Kuan Yin was saying, because that message keeps coming up for me in my personal meditations as well. Uikena ko hasai ti manana no ko si aswa iti manana ko oe le wasa rokanana manana I have shiratama ye handana mo o so ye ya suma akai keni atras ab aha iti mana ase. So Kuan Yin is about the deep medicine that comes from simply being willing to bear witness to someone's pain. We bear witness, but we don't take responsibility for it. To really listen, we have to move from the ego to the soul so that the story that we're listening to doesn't become about us or trigger us. This also applies to the moments when we are listening to the story we tell ourselves about who we are. We often are far harsher and less forgiving to ourselves than we would be to somebody else in the same situation. She suggests, Kuan Yin, that we simply listen with curiosity. And this allows us to move into a space of non-attachment from needing to take the suffering of somebody else we love personally into ourselves. And curiosity can be the door that leads to compassion. It frees us from feeling as though we have to react to what we hear or defend it or justify it or explain it, or explain even our own part in that suffering. We can just perceive the pain that they are in, or we can actually finally hear our own cries of despair and not seek to judge or justify them. We can just be present in the moment, breathing through that emotion in the now, which allows us to come into the beingness of the now. This is a powerful energy of giving witness to our own or someone else's suffering. Often it's just a calm, abiding presence of holding space, and that is all that is needed to transform the suffering into clear light. Tima hoiki ashwa anamanan ukuri elaba asayati rondana na wahaka asitira amdano no uko baala asiti ohoso hayasinia abum the nehekeakana sata. Oho, asempere abun de ma akaya kania ma asa. Ihete ashuraham dana eke. So the big heart I'm feeling is a little trying to help in the sense of helping and taking it on rather than being present. And we can do this unconsciously, me too. This is why I need to decharge every time I work with somebody, because I can be the mirror. You know, they're the mirror for me of my own stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's still in me because I'm feeling it. I need to breathe and be present in it and just decharge, let it go. Even giving voice to that can sometimes catch us, like we get caught in the pain of even, and I know this, you've seen me on lives doing this where, you know, one story and I'm getting into a story, but somebody that we know here for the last 20 years when we come back and over to Spain, she was taking a choice to die. Okay, she wasn't sick. She was allowing the body to go. She's a young woman. And this is a vago synapse death. Like essentially you are giving up on life and the body then just shuts down. And grief I was feeling. And it was compassion, but I was at times tapping into her pain. And I had to come back out because it was like when we're so empathetic or psychic, and you're able to follow those threads, you'll go right into that person and you'll be that, you'll merge almost. So being careful and recognizing where you want to help, so just because you feel that pain, you identify with that person or that part of humanity, that we come back into the peace, the love and the joy, and we be the compassion, so that that's a sounding board for people that are in that pain and may even help them recognize they have another choice Oh, life isn't so despairing. I see, even in what's happening, this person's in peace and love and totally accepting and non-judgmental. Like that's what we're, I suppose, we're aspiring to be. And I can only speak for myself. It's part of why I've been like attempting this prayer every day, and I've been doing my water fast. I've been attempting to have this purification so that I can be that more and more. Not always successful, but more and more. Elena, so I mean, this is huge. I'm hearing. I'm hearing. I want to say the Christ of Consciousness or Yeshua, Babaji, Sri Kaleshwar. Like I'm hearing beings come through saying this will be a great boon, a great resource or gift or blessing as you enter into this compassion more and more, because this is what shifts and creates change. That is what I am hearing. And that because your heart being so big, and everybody on this life I'm sure has that, the capacity that you have to hold as well will be huge and reflect. Okay, so they're blessed, they're wanting to give that blessing. Suma akai kaniyama asa. Watch the hand and the butterfly change and womb. Watch the womb. That is a symbol of the womb. Kianama asaiki, where we hold it in the womb space and we're releasing it for humanity. We've been born in with this heritage as well of suffering. Like we're clearing it, like it's coming up. Who here has had really irregular periods the last while since January? Some people are saying it's because of the vac shedding. Part of this, when I was tapping into it, is because Mother Earth is creating this womb clear in women as well. Yeah, find out what your ascribed meanings are about associating or becoming that suffering. What does it mean about you to suffer with? What does it mean about you if you choose not to? You know, go into the little girl or the ego as well. You can go a little deeper there if you wish. What would it mean about me if I didn't? What would it mean about me if I do? What does it mean about God if I do? What does it mean about God if I don't? Like, find out what the meanings are there. And you might have some new awarenesses come through in the personas as well and the little girl. So I hope that was strange. Sandy, you're journaling while you're listening and writing that many souls are leaving right now. Who's familiar with Dolores Cannon and her works for the last 40 years? She's dead since 2014. Dolores Cannon would be a woman that brought through hypnosis, QHHT, and by de facto BQH, which is what I practice, beyond quantum healing hypnosis. And some of her books, when she was going through the regressions with people, the event kept coming up. And when this event was imminent, now this is particularly back in 2012, a lot of this information started coming up, and people were trying to predict when this would happen, and was it 2012, was it 16? It's now. This is the event. This is what was foreseen, and that many souls will choose en masse to leave. And when I say choose, that can be a bit sticky for people to kind of go, well, how can they choose that? I mean, it's happening to them. Somebody's making that happen for them at XYZ. Yeah, at some soul level, if we go higher up, there's also the soul choice. And even within, some people may say, this is too hard, I'm checking out. I've done my duty, I've done my mission, it's complete, I'm ready to leave. So some are, I'm not saying all, some are definitely en masse choosing that. And not to bring it down here, but to prepare and know that there will be more to come around that, and it might look different to what we think. And can we still, even in those times, hold our peace and our love? And rather than disassociate or numb out or repress what the emotion is, we just allow it to flow through with the breath, where it doesn't break the body down or mentally we break or the heart breaks, but that we understand. We understand and we can grieve and release and breathe. And this will be a process for us as well. As we see the veils as well lift of illusion and deception and lies, things will become more clear for us, because that is becoming quite brittle right now, these veils of illusion. Truth is coming up in ways we have not experienced or expressed or expected to hear before, and it becomes confusing. Duma akasha wa akaliatra sutumandeki undama akaiki. And with a discerning ear and a discerning awareness, bringing our beautiful mind in, the beautiful mind with the beautiful heart, we will see what truth is in the highest, because there are many versions of truth from depending on your perspective that you're looking on. Duma akashi, and this requires compassion as well, says Kuan Yin. Duma na eke kasubara amdle ehlewasa. Hi shiwadro odama asi keniataide. And this is also the aspects of the Divine Mother coming through. She's showing me the ferocious side, like the destroyer. Duma ake, the winter, you know, this whole thing around cycles. And she's bringing in the cycles a lot now here. She's showing me all the way back pre-Mayan, Duma sweetie, and that, like our ancestors, the time lost. Why do you think there are so many? She's showing me like round circles, standing stone things, and all these ancient alignment things. She said part of that was because they understood the cycles. They knew there would be another great flood. They knew there would be another day of a cycle where things would collapse, essentially, like certain things would collapse, whether that is the falseness that we are seeing, whether that is the collapse of where it's not sustainable anymore for us to keep going, whatever. I'm trying to find words to say this. I kind of want to say cycle changes from eras like into golden ages, and that's what we're moving into, is another golden age. And in order for that to happen, there's a disintegration of what never was really true about us. But part of what we're experiencing isn't just that. Part of what we're experiencing is also the Maya of that. Yakana, when I say Maya, it's the illusion and the deception and the manipulation with that. And that's where we're finding it hard to receive, accept. And to do that, she's inviting us to invite in that consciousness now. And when she's saying that consciousness, she's saying the consciousness that we have already within us. Our forebears had it. In other words, when her incarnation was here in person, not just in person, but in other beings on earth, when they gave forth the knowledge to our peoples, the light of source, that is now again to be reactivated and re-remembered within those of you carrying that codes and that light knowledge, to become the teachers so that others may also to receive that truth. Take a breath in. That's a lot of information really fast. So, awaken the teachers, those carrying that knowledge, which is everybody on earth, but those that are ready right now to awaken and be that beingness, compassion, embodiment. That's what she's calling for it. And a teacher can look different. And I say the word teacher specifically because it's not like the guru thing where they come down and they do all the stuff and nobody learns how they do it. A teacher teaches others so that others teach others. So that others teach others, like show and tell. Healer, become your own master. This is the realm of empowerment now. So there is no handing over of this power to anything else other than self. And when the self is I am, you become the being of you, and then you become all. Become, be, to become all. So there you go. Woo. What else is coming on? Let me see. Hello, Ardell. Hello. Sandy, believe our vibrations in love will grow as lower vibrations leave. I kind of want to say as well, like, if we kind of were to say lower vibrations, those that we see as not for the highest good, let's say, energies, they're the unseen, they're the misunderstood, they're the rejected and separated, they're the I'm lost, I'm not part of God. That's that energy, right? That's forgotten. Dark is forgottenness. Dark's not been seen. Dark secretly wants light. It'll say it won't and fight against it, but some part of it would not bother playing in this realm if it didn't. And part of the shift is the shining of the light on the dark. And it'll be like, And it doesn't leave, it transforms and shifts and moves into a further integration with the light. Some of it that leaves, most of it doesn't. Some of it that leaves goes into another realm or dimension. This is how I perceive it, see it when I talk to it, on its journey again, further up the evolutionary path. Because you can't annihilate energy. That is not possible, right? Energy shifts and transforms and changes. It is. It just is. Consciousness of the energy can change and shift. And how amazing is that? That's bringing the power back into us as well. Every time I work with people, or there's entities, implants, attachments, all these kind of stuff, negative energies, once you give it voice, you speak to it, you say you see it, you have a conversation, you see where it's hurting, you address it, you give it a choice. It's free will universe we're in. Does it want to come into love? Does it want to still play the game? If it wants to play the game, you now have different conditions it plays it under. So in other words, it's still on an evolutionary path. How amazing is that? Right? Power is back in the person. Power is back in the energy. I love that. I just do. We all have different experiences, of course. This is just my version of that. Everybody may have it looking different. But the fact that's possible is incredible, I think. And that's why I said I'd share it. Hello, Jean. Oh, I look nice, do I? It's my new red shirt. If anybody doesn't know Jean Bone, please check her out. See all her artwork up behind me here. There's the artwork. It's incredible and beautifully powerful. So go check her out. You can order prints as well to put up on your walls. And the energy is just so pure coming through that you know, you hold it and you vibrate with it. So Jane, I know I'm giving you a little marketing here, but it's true. Go check Jean out. She's an amazing lady. Hello, Vivian. Yeah, hello, Nina, my love. So I'm going to pull one more card. And who would like the last card? I'll intuitively do this as well. So whoever says yes, that I have permission to pull a card for. I just dribbled. Dribble my water. Of course, just to let you, those of you know that I've been inquiring, the light language for level 1 is starting in June. If you know somebody that wants to do this, learn it, activate it, or even improve on what's kind of coming through. It might be coming out of waters, or it's kind of there, but they want to strengthen their channel to receive more coding, or to start writing and drawing in it, or to actually dancing, because we do dance in it as well. Come join, and we have a sacred sisterhood in this. It is absolutely incredible. Anything where I want to hold space, like this is for me too. So we hold space, we co-create, and there's always a significant signature that's unique to each group as well. And that means there's certain elements that come through. I'm always excited to see what it will be every time. Like, it's always new and different. So come and join me for that if you want to. I still have the early bird, okay? And there's a payment plan too. Like, you can pay very reasonable, $95 over 2 months. That's the payment plan. If you need to contact me, you want to do that, the link's in the stuff there. I still have space, but the early bird's finished on the 17th, so you won't get the early bird offer after that. Okay. Oh, Leslie, you have to go now. Awesome. Hello, Glenda. Okay, Vivian, for you and Glenda. Okay, I have a couple of yeses there. So Vivian and Glenda are the two I will do before I pop off. So Vivian, I'm going to pull a deck called the Ascendant Master deck for you. So tag your friends below this if you know they want to do that course, because I definitely want as many beautiful peeps to activate and learn and receive, because you become the teacher then. You able to do others. Once you speak it, you activate others. It becomes like the ripple. Like when you hear me speak, you get activated too. I want that for the whole world. We get to have connection to this divine inner being power, connection with the higher self. And also really playful experiences with a lot of different interesting beings. and languages, and expressions. And that's what life is about. I'm told to pull it from the bottom. The Buddha. That's your message. Just taking in that gorgeous heart healing. Even the leaves look like hearts behind the green. There's a lot of angelic energy in this, the Christa energy as well. Huge Christa energy. There's a burp. There's a throat clearing wanted to happen there. What does the Buddha want to say here? So this is the fella that was born rich. He was the fella that was born rich, lived a very privileged life, and then one day went outside and saw suffering. And we talked about Kuan Yin and suffering just earlier on, right? And he saw suffering and he kind of realized there was more to life than just riches. And he wanted to, go on the spiritual path. And he renounced his wealth and he went in a quest for spiritual growth. Like he was like, there must be more to life than just this. I have everything, but I'm still not fulfilled. And off he went on finding his way. And finding his way for him was the middle way. Neither too high and all the excesses, nor neither too low and all the depressions. But to find the middle balanced way. That was what he would have called the way of the master. The path to enlightenment. He also demonstrated the benefits and importance of meditation. He brought forward a lot of teachings around that. And his insights were coming to him underneath a tree. Like I think it was on the Bodhi trees. So he's inviting, I'm literally getting an energy coming through me right now. Like you'll see my eye twitching because we're going to bring that through. To call upon Buddha for help in developing your own practices, your own inner connecting practices, your own spiritual practices. And he's just saying it's not just about being spiritual. This is also in the physical life, in your relationships, in your career endeavorments, in your connection to Source Creator itself, that is within you. To practice moderation and to overcome any form of suffering. Again, like Kuan Yin, this is all the Christ of consciousness. It keeps coming in, but in different forms. This is the going within. I find and I trust the answers within me. The communion within, so that you can communion in unity without. Dhamma sawaiki, and no Maya, like we said with the Kuan Yin. And this is a thing around the eyes that's coming in, like I'm going like this, is that Maya that's creating like that confusion or not being able to see through. This is the third eye, like the third eye being the seer, seeing into where you need to be to go, what decisions need to be made, seeing through. So what does need and want to come happen through Nirvana? So Vivian, it is time to develop your gifts right now. These are the gifts available to everybody. Because what I'm hearing him say is develop the siddhis. Okay, so another word for siddhis will be like your gifts, your natural abilities that you come to earth with. Like the healing in the hands, the seeing, even more like that might be there, but it's like there's an even more clarifying version of this to come through. Doing that with further discernment, again, like what Kuan Yin said, and the fourth eye. So this is that version of you able to move up into the Akash, and even into the halls of Amenti, to draw on the source nature and source records, draw on the records that, and then being able to realize, like we talked about cycles, realize that I can now see a pattern here with the person in this relationship, or I see a pattern here on the earth right now, and I can prepare. Numa asaiki, uha wa asa. I am in preparedness, which means I will not receive a shock to the nervous systems. In other words, you're having empowerment over your body system reactions to this is not safe, or this person is not safe, or this situation is not safe, where there's fears or doubts. There's a lot here. So let's do a decalcification of the pineal gland. Yes. There was no mistake. I stammered, by the way. There was something there in the throat causing that, like getting caught on what truth is, caught on the own truth coming up and questioning it. Right? That was not me doing that on purpose. That was an energy. So okay. So there are going to be many ways for you to find that path for you. There is no one right path. There may be many that you wish to explore, Vivian. This may be for some of us on this. And sometimes it's about being really open to things you may never have considered before. It may even be somebody. And we all turn up in each other's lives, like as I mentioned the word teachers. You know, the time of gurus is not there anymore. Teachers teach others to teach. They pass the knowledge on. You teach them to fish so they can live forever. You give the fish to them, they don't know how. So it's this type of energy that wants to come through again for you, right? And that requires you owning all the power within. You're not responsible for anybody else's stuff but your own. So anywhere power was given away, reclaim it back. Anywhere it was taken away, reclaim it back. Anywhere it was taken by you, give it back. And that's for all of us. This is unconsciously or consciously in this lifetime or any other through all time, space, dimensions, and realities. So they're saying that you are doing that traveling into the other realms. But there was further training that like you to undertake. Oh my god, they're funny beings, Stephanie. You've got a hilarious team. Use your humor as well. This isn't about being too serious. That's why that being came in doing that. I love you. Ushawahasi. Breathe in and out. Let it all go, right? Hilarious. Thank you. Oh my god, they want you to laugh. We have to laugh at ourselves. Like, there you go, my love. I hope that was funny. I was like, what's this sound going out of me? And humor really is an amazing way to integrate. So we don't take ourselves so seriously, or the world so seriously. It can be so healing to laugh. Last person. Ooh, it was for Glenda. Interesting. Okay, 2 came out, and they're both at the bottom of the pack. Discernment and now. Discernment is the Lyran awareness, to bring awareness around it. And again, how many times have I used that word here on this call? Discernment. Coming through from the very first card pull with Kuan Yin. And the Pleiades expanding into the now, the beingness of the now. So calling in discernment, Allowing that now just to integrate that light language coding from Jamye Price. Look at me burping because it's there. Duma akaike in the now. Pleiades. I'm going to see what it says in the deck because I haven't pulled these cards before. I feel like there's a message in it. Come into the body, soften the body. Sigh out. Big breath in and sigh out. Again, we're looking at empowerment. My full power is available to me in my present moment. Our power is only in the now. We create in the now, not in the future, not in the past. We create in the now. And we can recreate in the now as well. So your now is your most important moment because it is the only one in which you can truly participate in, be responsible for, with. Your past is contained within your now. All experiences, fears, beliefs, and wisdoms gained from the past is influencing your present. Your relationship in the future with the future is also in your now. Your beliefs, expectations, and fear of the future are in your present moment. The choices you make now will impact your future experience. The goal is to become more at ease and confident with the unknown. Because what is fear? Fear is just the unknown, right? Yeah, with your very real possibility of improvement available in your present moment. Pleiadians understood the power of focusing yourself forward, improving with ease while being realistic with your current moment. In this way, you're integrating consciously with the full spiral nature of time, allowing the universal flow to ease your change. This card reminds you that your only participation is now. Your awareness of your feelings would cue you into any past pain or future fear that is inhibiting your creative flow. So that's what it's saying. You don't have to know all the details. You don't have to know every step. You just having the courage to take the next step now, even through the fear. So this helps you heal your past and release fear of the future. So you create fully, powerfully in the present. Forgive easily so you're free to create your life with joy. Change is constant, so too this shall pass. You have more support than you realize and be open to receive it. Use nature, creativity, and supportive people or animals to feel more peaceful in your life now. So I just wanted to read that really to see what it was saying. What was your intention, Glenda? Did you have one or a question as well regarding the card? Is there any impatience or frustration that needs and wants to come up so you can be in the now? Is there any uncertainty of the future and this clenching in the root chakra? And just open now all the way down to the urethra, the perineum, your sacred sex area, the back passage. Just sit into the body in the now. Be in the body. Even more, like even more. Naga, 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 naga. Sukamasami yasakavasanasu. Ram saravasakaisinisru. So these are protection elements coming through. Are you feeling like you need protection in the now? So it's the snake energy, and it's the snake energy in the sense of you're shedding skins and layers, but also in certain cultures the snake is associated with the god of protection. And a divine representation of the divine feminine as well, like the serpent. The serpent was a symbol of initiation to the Magdalene. So that was a recognition that you had reached a certain level of initiation as well. So remembering in the now your truth, your being, all of the knowledge that you have through all time, bring it into the now. You've already been here, done this. In many incarnations. It's time to remember. That's specifically for you. I don't know what it's in relation to. Maybe that doesn't even resonate with you at all. So that was specifically for you. Is there anything else that Glenda needs to know? Yes, we are here waiting to be activated for her to call us in. Now, these are your protection energies, if you want to call them that you kind of did a lot of work with in other timelines. So samakawa akisima aturukotuman ikliaka. Naga 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 nam nam nam. Rupa 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 rashka. Naga 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 nam nam nam. Rupa 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 raksha. Ikamana osoa. Thank you for joining. I love you too, Ernie. You're shedding layers. Sometimes when we're shedding so much, we can feel really vulnerable as well. I wonder, there's something with protection and your own protection coming in. And it's not that you need protection. It feels like you have an energy that is there always. And it's just saying, call it in, acknowledge it. So just to let you know that. That is very mystical. What I'm talking about is mystical from the mystery schools, okay? Not to get too much deeper into it. It's from your mystery school incarnations and you already know about it. Okay, so that is that. I can't wait. Post below who's going to join me in June. I cannot wait for us to go on this light language level 1 experience again. Oh my God. And like I said, these are sacred spaces of initiation, of truth, of remembrance, of co-creation and love, and feeling safe to share the true you. So my darlings, enjoy. Early bird is still available until the 17th. So click on the link and you'll see it and you can have a read about it. Message me if you have any questions. And I love you all. Tag your friends if they're going to benefit from this too. Mwah. Love you. Bye.